Okay, so in this instance, we're going to be talking about import of goods. So this is one section as well, which is also quite important in the sense that there'll always be VAT on import of goods, irrespective of whether the vendor is a registered non-vendor from like a foreign country or not. And based on what you're going to be using the goods on, if it's going to be goods used in taxable supplies within your business, you happen to be a registered VAT vendor, you most likely are able to claim back an input VAT for that. However, that specific requirements that you have to apply in coming to that notion of having to levy output VAT, because it's a VAT that you pay out even though you're the buyer, which is quite odd in that sense, because output VAT is only levied for people that are actually sellers in most instances. But whereas in this instance, you're dealing with an import of a good, so you as the actual buyer have to actually pay over an output VAT, which is going to be payable over to SARS. So therefore, it's not something that we can call input VAT so much as we buyers, because it's VAT that we actually paying out to SARS in that instance, which is a very unique instance as well. But as I said, depending on what you're going to be using the asset on, and as to whether what the nature of the actual asset is, the nature of the actual supply. If it's a taxable supply, you most likely are able to basically like claim back an input VAT so far as your business operation is concerned. Whereas if you're not within those means, if it's an exempt supply or if it's a denied supply, obviously you will not be able to claim back any of that, and if you're a non-registered VAT vendor as well. So there's a specific criteria that goes into the actual calculation of having to levy that output VAT that is payable over to SARS. It's dependent on where the actual asset comes from. So we've got countries that are custom union based countries. That would be your Botswana, Lesotho, Swaziland, Namibia as well. I think those are the 4 countries that it's BSN, I think. Yeah, so it would be Botswana, Lesotho, Namibia, and Swaziland. Those are custom union countries. They have a specific rule set in which you have to apply that criteria to come down to the actual calculation that would actually give you the actual value for the output VAT to be valued, to actually be levied. Whereas with any other countries, they've got their own criteria as well. So we'll basically try dot down those criteria, and we'll follow that up with like maybe a mini example just to actually give you a full picture of what to actually expect in a situation where you're dealing with an import of a good.